Joe. Time to go home. Question. That's the question I'm asking myself. What do I do tonight? Do I jam or do I not jam? What's with the horns? Yeah. I don't know. Hard call. I think maybe I'll go home tonight and I'll see what the missus is doing. Then I got to maybe do a jam. I'm thinking about doing a little concert jam where I just go back to the old school, turn the gear on, live stream it, and just make up improv jam on the spot. That's what I'm thinking. So that's the game plan, but I got to figure it out. But the bigger question is, to jam or not to jam, man? People have been telling me I should start just making tracks in a DAW, and I don't know. I just like jamming. I don't know. Is that weird? What do you guys do? I mean, do I just jam or do I try to make an album? You know, or do I just jam? What's up, Uncle Jerry? Yeah, well, you just caught up. You just caught in live now, brother. We're live and in color here. Trying to decide whether to jam when I get home tonight after dinner or to not jam, I guess, is the thing. What's up, Eternian? Yeah, so that's the question we're asking myself here tonight, is like two bigger questions. Do I jam when I go home tonight and do a live jam? Hour and a half, something like that. Uncle Jerry, you took part in the movie jam that time. That was pretty fun. I remember that. Maybe I could do something like that. But the other bigger question is, I'm in this dilemma now whether do I keep talking about synthesizers and news and all that stuff, or do I go back to jamming? The problem is, you go back to jamming, you end up in the void, right? You end up in the void of the internet where nobody watches your jams. And the crazy weird thing is, people who come for synth news don't like to watch jams. It's the weirdest thing. I like both. But people who just like synth news don't like jams. Venture to all. Yeah, I guess I'm just trying to do a little bit of everything and trying to figure out which way to go. Because people keep telling me what to do. And so that's the weird thing. Someone was telling me, dude, you need to stop jamming and start making music tracks and albums and all this stuff. And I'm like, I don't really enjoy that. I don't enjoy making albums and making tracks and going into a DAW and editing and chopping it up and mastering it, all that. I'd rather jam and then give it to someone else and they can chop it up for me. What's up, Inky the Cat? Yeah, Inky, I'm just asking myself this question, you know, to jam or not to jam? What do you guys think? You know, some guy told me today that my jams aren't really making music. And I was like, what? I was like, I just did a 30-minute live jam. He's like, yeah, that's just practice. I'm like, no, it's not practice really, because live jamming to me is, I'm trying to come out with a product at the end of the 30 minutes, right? Don't update? Why not? Why shouldn't I update the MPC3? I thought I was supposed to update it. But I didn't even know the update was out. When I looked yesterday, there was no update. So, you know the deal with this stream. Sometimes it cuts in and out, but you just got to keep, rolling. It'll cut back in because I got to cut through some towers and some 5G, and it cuts in and out. But yeah, so tonight I got to decide, am I going to jam? I got a ton of old music that I got to put together, I guess, into albums, because some people want some albums, so I'll give them some albums, I guess. Like I said, I got about 250 songs to do. I got to get organized and do that. But I also want to jam, and my favorite thing to do is to jam and record it and live jam with people in the comment section. So that's what I'll do later tonight, I think. Figure it out. But yeah, I don't know. It's a tough conundrum I'm in here, because I've got some people who've been commenting saying, man, you need to go back to live jamming and knock off with the synth news and knock off with the commentary. I like your live jam better. And I'm like, well, I do too, but I'm always reading synth news, so why wouldn't I just bring the synth news on camera too? Can I not do it all? Like, why does it got to be one thing? You know, why does it got to be just one thing? What, you know, it doesn't have to be one thing, and YouTube tells you that your channel has to be one thing. Like when I do these synth car episodes, they bomb, and And I only mean they bomb viewer-wise because it sends me into an algorithmic dead pool, right? When I do a outdoor jam, algorithmic dead pool. When I do synth news, algorithmic hotspot. It's weird. And especially like if I do Behringer news, it goes crazy. If I do like breaking news on like a hot topic, like a Moog Labyrinth or like the MPC that came out, if I do that, it does well. If I just do a jam, like when I did that Space Whales jam the other day, it's still on my channel, still got a load of subscribers, but it doesn't reach them. It just kind of gets buried in this weird quicksand, algorithmic quicksand. It's so strange how it works. So I don't know, man. Maybe I should just start a whole new channel and just do jams on that channel and not even incorporate it. But what do you guys think? You guys seem to like the jams, so I guess I'll just do them. To jam or not to jam? I don't know. It's a question I got to figure out. I got to do some soul searching, man. Figure out which way to go, where to go with the channel. Everyone these days are telling me what to do with the channel. Do this, do that. You know? Don't do this because the synth mafia won't like it. It's like, okay, well, I mean, what makes you think that even matters? You know? Oh, you need to be nicer and not be so negative. I don't even think I'm negative. Am I negative? Let me know, man. Am I too negative in my streams? I don't know. It's a weird thing. I don't think so. He goes, man, you just need to lay off commenting on synthesizers, man. If people just like, well, just leave them alone, man. Let them make music, man. I'm like, dude, this ain't the 70s, brother. All happy-go-lucky, lulu-la-la, that's fine. But guess what? There's some people who when they see a spade, they want to call it a spade, you know? And that's just the way it is. I don't know. But it's like, hey, man, you got to relax, brother. You got to relax. And if everybody loves the Labyrinth, just let them love the Labyrinth. Just let them make music, brother. Just let them make their music, man. Why you got to be so critical of an instrument, brother? And I'm like, yeah, you work for Moog. Pretty easy to tell. But I think, I was talking to Echo the other day, and I think I'm just going to buy a Labyrinth, man, and just try it out. I want to see if the hype is real. So maybe if I jam with the Labyrinth, maybe it will spark some epiphany inside of me, and maybe then I'll even end up making an album called The Labyrinth. Maybe I'll even make all the songs will have the word Labyrinth in it because it'll be so inspirational. Maybe that's what I got to do. That's what'll get me back into the jam groove. I don't know. But tonight, man, if the missus got no plans, then I'm going to jam. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to jam. And you'll see how I set it up. You'll see how I do it. You know? Save the cash. Yeah, well, what I'll end up doing, buy it. And if I don't like it, I'll send it back. And I'll tell you right now, probably like 99.999% chance I'm not going to like it. I'm really what? Yeah, so, you know, it's pretty much, I don't know. We'll see what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll buy that. Maybe this is what I'll do. I'll buy the whole Moog Sound Studio. I'll buy the Spectravox. I'll buy the Labyrinth. I'll buy the vocoder mic that they didn't include because they're too cheap. And then I'll jam with the Moog Sound Studio. But what Moog should really do is they really need to put out a standalone effects unit for the Moog Sound Studio. Do a Mooger Fooger effects unit to go with that. That's what they should do. Because that seems like the piece that's missing now from the whole sound studio is the standalone effects unit. I would buy a Moog standalone effects unit. Big time. If they brought out a delay and a reverb and a ring mod and a chorus all in one Moog Sound Studio module, that would be psychotic. That would be so psychotic, it might make me actually fall in love with Moog. You know, and you know how hard that's gonna be for me? It'll be so hard for me to fall in love with Moog now. Yeah, imagine they put out just called it the Moger Foger, you know, Moger Foger Fooger. Just call it the MF module, and it's got every single Moog effect in it. You know, that'd be so wicked. It would have awesome analog, bucket brigade, tape, and you know what? Even throw some digital effects in there. Make a module and fill it with digital effects. That would be friggin' awesome. If Moog really wants to make people go mental, then release an effects module for the sound studio with like 5 effects in there, 5 or 6 effects, and nobody even cares if they're analog. But throw your analog delay in there. Don't bother with a spring reverb, because spring reverb sucks. Let's be honest, man. All the reverbs out there, spring reverb is probably the friggin' worst. You know, when it comes to like, there's so many awesome digital reverbs that going analog reverb is dumb, if you ask me. What are you just gonna do a spring reverb? Look at the Behringer reverberator box they put out, and you know I'm the unofficial spokesman for the Behringer Bros, and I think that reverb box sucks, right? Because it's just a spring reverb, isn't it? You know, it's just, but it's $199. Spring reverb, what is it good for? A bit of reggae or something like that? Tell me what some spring reverb is good for these days, when every single insane guitar pedal out there now full of digital algorithms for reverb. Can't beat it. It's pointless. You don't just want a spring reverb. Same with the what got the spring reverb? The matriarch or the grandmother? I don't know, man. Techno? Yeah, I guess you use some techno. Spring reverb, some techno. Yeah. Need an old spring reverb, baby. We got a little spring reverb there, baby. Get that old mattress out of there, baby. Baby girl, get that mattress out of the spare bedroom there, baby. We'll put that, take that spring reverb out of there. Get that mattress out of the spare bedroom, baby. We'll take the spring out of that mattress. We'll put it in a little aluminum box here. Now, this same thing Bears Dome. Put a couple knobs on it. We'll sell $199 down to farmer's market, baby. All right? We go around town collecting up all those mattresses. We'll have about 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 springs. And we'll have about 14 spring reverb boxes, baby. We'll call it Moog. We'll sell a black market Moog spring reverbs, baby. Get the mattress. Yeah, spring reverb stupid. The only good thing spring reverb is good for is to knock the spring reverb box and be like, oh, it's actually got an actual spring in it. You know me, man. I'm not about going back in the past. Spring reverb is the past. And you can emulate a spring reverb, no problemo. In my opinion. Don't forget to hit that like button. It's crazy because the like button does more for the algorithm than anything else. Like button and just watching the video. Weird. Unfriending? What are you saying there? Less is more? Oh, Bang Mateo's in the house. What's up, Bang Bang, baby? I'm still waiting for your link with all your tracks, man. Bang Mateo is the most productive Latin musician on YouTube. He's got more tracks, and I'm waiting for the link, and when I get the link, because he's the most productive musician. He has no synthesizers, less is more, and he says he makes more songs than anybody on YouTube. Most productive. And he tells me that I need to spend less time talking, more time making music. Just joking, Bang, baby. I actually do want to check out your music, though. Because I think you probably got a cool style. You got a cool profile picture, I know that much. With a cool little mustachey. I should have left the mustache, but I didn't. Yeah, so anyways, to jam or not to jam? I guess tonight I'll do a jam, and I'm going to have to knock off the rust, because by doing a jam live, I will have to ride the lightning. And I got my setup all rejiggered a bit, so it's hard to it's a new style of setup, so I got to make sure I know how to flow around the gear, right? I'm going to have to make sure the Mini Freak is not connected to the OP6 sequences, because I want to be able to mess with the Mini Freak, but Mini Freak, but I also need to make sure the clock is synced. And I find the Mini Freak a little bit confusing to set that up. It's got this weird setup in the MIDI section where I haven't quite mastered it. So I got to think about that tonight. And what else do I got to think about? I gotta get a new mixer if I want to really jam properly too. I need more things. Yeah, Bang, drop the link to your Spotify in the chat there. I don't moderate anything, so anybody who wants to drop any links in there, drop your links. You can drop your links for your Spotifys, your music, whatever you want. Throw your links in the comments section or anything like that. I usually check it out, and I think it automatically like kind of flags it, but I pretty much, unless you're a knob, I approve everything. So yeah, try not to get into moderating any crap, but everyone's telling me I gotta get a moderator, so we'll see. I don't really want a moderator. If I do have a moderator, it's gonna be someone like Uncle Jerry, baby. Somebody I can trust. You know? Trust but verify. Yeah, so that's that. I got some other housekeeping I gotta do. Would you guys be interested in watching me separate my old audio from my videos and then throw them in GarageBand and turn them into MP3s? Just basically live stream some kind of like boring admin stuff, and we can listen to the tracks on the fly. Oh yeah, Inky the Cat, MPC, baby. So what are you saying? MPC3 is full of bugs or something? Is that what everybody's saying? The MPC3 firmware is full of bugs? We're going to have it called Terminex, baby. Because if it's full of bugs, I'm putting the MPC up for sale. I don't know, man. Will MPC be the brain of my setup? I don't think so. I don't see how that really operate as the brain, because it's too much menu diving for my super fast-paced live jamming performances. It can't keep up with me. All right? I'm too fast for the MPC, and that's a known fact. If you ask anybody around my neck of the woods, if you ask anyone around my neck of the woods, you say, "Hey, Samurai, is that Samurai guy able to use the MPC3 for his setup?" They'll say, "Not a friggin' chance. He's way too fast for the MPC. The MPC cannot keep up with him. So therefore, it probably can't be the brain." Can it be a drum machine? I don't know. I still don't even think it's a good drum machine for my style. But we'll have to wait and see about it. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know, man. I think right now the TE-05 is what we're talking about. TE-05. I got the Sonic Wear Ambient Zero, should be here any friggin' day. I wrote them. I was like, where is it? They didn't write me back. The Japanese aren't too quick at getting back to me, so. But I was quick getting back to them. They wrote me. I wrote them back in 10 seconds. So hopefully they write me back soon and let me know when that ship. I think I'm in the second tranche of shipping, so we'll see. And then I'm gonna get the TE-05. I'm probably gonna. I gotta wait and see, man. Like I said, I spent a lot of money on the friggin'. Because I got a synthesizer bank account that I put money in. And then I bought a bunch of my own t-shirts, which cut into that, because I just wanted some new t-shirts, and I got to use my synth bank money for that. And then I used a bunch of money for buying stuff for the Kumite. So I got to save up a little more money before I can get the TE-05, because that's what I really want. Even though some people have been telling me I shouldn't get it because it's just a reboot of the Take 5. I don't know, man. I don't think so. When I listen to the Take 5 and the TE-05, I do not think it's a reboot. They sound completely different to me. So, and a lot of people love the Take 5. I know John Costello, I think he goes by now, doesn't like the TE-05, and he doesn't like the Take 5. He only loves the friggin' Pro 3 and the Rev 2 and the Mini Mode. That's all he loves. He loves the Mini Moog, he loves the Pro 3, and he loves the Rev 2. And there are no other synths that are any good whatsoever, according to Big John Stud. But I don't think so. My opinion. I do not think so. Oh man, what a beautiful night it is. Maybe I'll have a fire tonight instead and do ghost stories around the fire. Maybe that's what I'll do. We'll see. Korg. I wish Korg would get their act together, man. I really want something cool from Korg to come out. I think everybody does. I think everybody's waiting for a real nice Korg synthesizer that's going to blow people's minds. And they released the micro Korg with that huge screen, so they got to be putting that big screen on something else. I hope they release the Prologue Mark II with a big screen. That would be super awesome. Wave state's amazing. Oh, sorry. I'm not saying that Korg hasn't made amazing stuff. The modules and the Mark IIs are amazing. I wish I could get a hold of the Mark IIs. My problem is I don't like putting stuff online to sell, and I don't like packaging it up and bring it to the stupid post office. So I'm gonna have to convince the missus to do that if I want to get rid of some stuff. But you know what? All my Korg gear has lost 50% of its value since I bought it. So Korg gear does not hold its value whatsoever. And that's because Korg devalues it themselves. Korg devalued the Op6. Like, you can pick up an Op6 used for like $300 now. Give me a break, man. You can pick up a Wave State for $300. Mod Wave for $300. A Korg drum log, $299 brand new. I bought mine for $400 used. And now you can get it for $100 less brand new. What a joke. Korg got to get their act together. Come out with the Prologue Mark II, 16 voice, polyphonic aftertouch, 8 and 16, with the micro Korg screen on it, the big screen, color, and then we're talking. Now we're in business. Now we're in business. Prologue Mark II, big ass screen, color, like the micro Korg, stop playing around, polyphonic aftertouch, MPE capability, and let's get Korg back on the map. Can I get a synth man in the chat? Can I get a synth man up in here? We need to get a synth man in the chat. We need to get Korg motivated. Back in action. All right, I'm making a promise here today. No more talking jive about synthesizer companies. I gotta stay positive. I gotta stay in the zone. And I can't be drifting off into criticizing things. The Moog Labyrinth got me all jaded, man. I just when I was trying to get back on track and like keep it real, the Moog Labyrinth got me all jaded, got me all fired up. I mean, somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to say it. Somebody's got to say the Moog Labyrinth sucks. Somebody's got to say it. It can't be just me. And if it is just me, maybe I suck. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm suck. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I'm the one who's retarded and doesn't understand how awesome that thing is. Is that what's happening? Am I the one who sucks here? Do I suck or does the Labyrinth suck? That's what I need to know. Will everybody please tell me? There's 11 people here. Let me know if I'm the one who sucks or the Labyrinth sucks. Somebody's got to say it. I said it, but now, because nobody else has said it, you know, if you stand up in a room and the instructor or whatever is like, all right, does anybody think this sucks? And I put my hand up and I look around and everyone else is like, nobody puts their hand up and I put my hand up. Do I go, actually, I take that back, it doesn't suck, because no one else thinks it sucks? I don't know, man. Something crazy going on. It's Twilight Zone up in the synth world. Synth Gangland is Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone levels of weirdness happening in the synth world. I don't know. I got to do a whole That Synth show on the Moog Labyrinth where I go over every single video. We'll start from scratch We'll go through every Moog Labyrinth video all the way till the end. It'll probably take us, I think there's 350 of them, last count. 350 Moog. There was still coming out this morning. There's still Moog Labyrinth videos coming out this morning, and nobody's bought one yet. So I don't know if Moog just created thousands of Moog Labyrinths and just gave them out like door prizes. Because I don't think anyone's bought one yet. Even Trader to the Living. Watched his show the other day. Shout out to Trader to Living. Go check it out. Huge Moog fanboy. Probably one of the biggest I've ever seen. And he's great at what he does. He's got the sound studio. And he even said that he's not going to... He's the biggest fanboy. And he said he's not even buying the Moog Labyrinth yet. So... But he said it's interesting. So give him props. He didn't say it's the best thing ever. He said it's interesting. And me and him were cut from the same cloth, and we can sniff out some bologna from a mile away. Because I'm sure, just like him, he likes a good bologna and mustard sandwich, toasted bologna and mustard sandwich, just like I do. You know, nice working man. There's nothing better than splitting your shift up and having a toasted bologna sandwich with some yellow mustard. All right? That's what I'm talking about. So we can both sniff some bologna, and even he's not getting the Moog Labyrinth yet. So that's got to tell you something. So I'm yet to meet anybody who bought one. Actually, I know one person who bought one. The only person that bought a Moog Labyrinth was Noir. And I think last I checked, he said it was back in the box. So, yeah, there's only two reasons to put something back in the box. One, you do not want to get it scratched. Or two, it sucks. So, it's one of the two, and I think for Noir doesn't want to get it scratched, right? That's what I think. Right? But there's only two reasons to stick something in a box. We all know that. Actually, there's three reasons. You don't want to get it dusty, it sucks, or it's got no arms and no legs. That's the only time you stick something in a box. All right, I'm going through a dead zone here. Gotta go. Slow.